Yeah. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry for keeping you all waiting. I needed to figure out myself here before getting you all in so that I don't keep you all waiting. Mr. Hassan, how are you doing? Okay, so I needed to figure myself out here, okay? Before getting you all in, I had little challenges trying to send the link to the guests. So, but it's taken care of. Miss Goodness, I sent it to you so you can send to Mr. Meku Gunab, okay? And I think we'll also be having Mr. Legacy and Mr. Digital is also going to be in the house, okay? So greetings to you all. Greetings to you all. I didn't want to have you all up here while resolving this. And because I know it's not going to take much time, so I didn't want to create it as an announcement. Okay, so but thank you all for joining. Yeah, thank you all for joining. Okay, I just want to make, yeah, the link is good. So, okay. So let's give them a little time, okay? So greetings, everyone. Hmm. Yeah, greetings to you all. How are we doing? How is everyone doing? Happy Friday to everybody. It's another Friday. It's another beautiful day. Let me go up there. Mr. Hassan, how are you doing, sir? Thank you for all you do. We see all them beautiful work. Know that is appreciated. It's seen and is appreciated. Miss Goodness, Anambra, how are you doing? Thank you for all you do. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, for the first time, just click on the link. It's going to get you, you'll see yourself and then see that, then you just put your name or preferable name, then come in. So once I see you, I'll bring you in the studio, okay? Okay, so thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Uh, Miss Precious, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. Thank you. Happy Friday to you. Okay, I think Mr. Digital is here. Okay, our own Mr. Digital is here. So let me make space
Hello,
here.
greetings
Okay.
all.
Let me, we're gonna be up to three, right? Okay, let me choose another. Okay, I might just put it like this. Then if we have a other this team, then I will select a better window, okay? So let's just go for this with this one for now. So thank you for joining, Mr. Digital. You disappeared again. So greetings to you all. Miss Ogechi, how are you doing, ma'am? How are you doing? Thank you for all you do. Miss Ozema, thank you for all you do, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you all for all you do. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Tina, greetings to you. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we see you all. We see everyone. We see you all. Please, thank you for all you do. Uh, Thank you for all you do. We appreciate you all always. Okay, let's get there because we'll be having some guests today so that we can have enough time. We see everybody. Welcome to our live program. We see you, all our YouTubers. Welcome to our live program. Okay. Mr. Digital, are you still here with me? Okay, let's
Yes,
see.
I'm
If
here.
others are,
I'm here.
let's
I'm
pray
trying
first, and
to.
then if others are not joining, thank God at least I have a man. So we can move forward, okay? Idi marima chineke, idi marima. Translators, please, oh, our encyclopedias and more, please. Idi marima chineke, idi marima. Idi marima chineke mo, idi marima. Ịdị mma dị mma Chimo n'ekpere, ịdị mma dị mma. Ịdị mma dị mma Chineke m, ịdị mma kpọrọ m Chineke m, ịdị mma dị mma Chineke m o. Kpọrọ m Chineke m o, asị m kpọrọ m ya Chineke m o. Kpọbara m Chineke m o, aṅụrụ aṅụrụ ndụ. Ofu onye na-ajụ na-abịala, ofu onye na-ajụ na-abịala, aṅụrụ aṅụrụ ndụ, ịdị mma dị mma, Chineke m, ịdị mma dị mma, ịdị mma dị mma, Chineke, ịdị mma dị mma. Ịdị mma dị mma onye isi ezinụlọ anyị na ịdị mma dị mma. Ịdị mma dị mma Chikrislu uche na ịdị mma dị mma. Ịdị mma dị mma chi Mr. Digital ịdị mma dị mma. Ịdị mma dị mma China ekpere ịdị mma ọbara Chineke ịdị mma dị mma.
Ịdị mma dị mma Chineke, ịdị
Kpọrọ m
mma dị mma.
Chineke, ọbara
Ịdị
bịa
mma dị mma
Chineke,
Chineke,
onye
ịdị
nwere ya
mma dị
nwere
mma.
ya, onye
Ịdị
nwere
mma dị
Chukwu
mma
nwere ya,
Chineke,
onye
ịdị
jụrụ
mma
ya
dị
jụrụ
mma.
ya, onye jụrụ
Ịdị
ya
mma dị
jụrụ ya,
mma Chineke,
dị
ịdị
mma,
mma dị mma.
ịdị mma dị mma Chineke, ịdị mma dị mma.
Ịdị mma dị mma,
Ịdị
yes.
mma dị mma chi anyị na-ekwu maka ya, ịdị mma dị mma. Ịdị mma dị mma ọbata obi ya, ịdị mma dị mma. Ịdị mma dị mma
Ịdị mma dị
Chineke,
mma.
ịdị mma kpọrọ anyị
Ịdị mma dị
Chineke.
mma.
Ịdị mma dị mma
Ịdị mma dị
Chineke bụ
mma.
kpọrọ m Chineke bụ
Ịdị mma dị mma.
ọbara bịa Chineke bụ kpọrọ m
Ịdị
Chineke bụ ịdị mma dị mma Chineke, ịdị mma
mma
dị mma.
Chineke, ịdị mma
Ịdị
dị
mma
mma.
dị mma Chineke, ịdị mma dị mma. Ịdị mma dị mma nwatụrụ egburu na ịdị mma dị mma. Ịdị mma dị mma ọgụgụ obi na ịdị mma dị mma. Ịdị mma dị mma Chinenye ndụ, ịdị mma dị mma. Ịdị mma dị mma Chineke, ịdị mma kpọrọ m Chineke, ịdị mma dị
Ịdị
mma.
mma dị mma Chineke,
Kpọrọ
ịdị
m
mma dị mma.
Chineke, ịdị mma dị
Ịdị
mma
mma dị
Chineke.
mma Chineke,
Kpọrọ
ịdị
m
mma dị
Chineke
mma.
m, kpọba ya
Ịdị
iji
mma
mara
dị
ya,
mma Chineke,
kpọrọ ya
ịdị
iji
mma dị
mara ya,
mma.
kpọọ ya
Ịdị
iji
mma
mara
dị
ya,
mma
ịdị mma
Chineke,
dị
ịdị
mma,
mma dị mma.
ịdị mma dị mma Chineke, ịdị mma dị mma,
Ịdị mma dị mma.
ịdị mma dị mma Chineke m, ịdị o
Ịdị mma dị mma.
Chineke, ịdị mma dị
Ịdị
mma
mma dị
Chineke,
mma Chineke,
ịdị
ịdị
mma.
mma dị mma.
Our help is in the name of the Lord, who
Who
made
made
heaven
heaven
and
and earth.
Almighty and ever living Father, the I am that I am, the only true God, the Yahweh Sabaoth, the giver of life, the protector himself, a great counselor, a great mentor, our teacher, a big brother, that we reverence you. We thank you for another opportunity. We thank you for who you are. We thank you for provision. We thank you for life and life in abundance. We thank you for your healings. We thank you for good health. We thank you for your peace. We thank you for our individual selves. We thank you for our different families. We thank you for our dreams and aspirations. We thank you for the air we breathe. We thank you for the community we have. We thank you for relationship. We thank you, God, because you are so good to us. We thank you, Father, for loving us. And we love you too, Father. Ihe dịka gị dịbara anyị Chineke. One with you is majority. Thank you, Father. Lord, as we're about to embark on the program tonight, we ask for your understanding. We ask for your wisdom. We ask, Father, for the gifts that you give it that supersedes all. We ask for your presence in our midst. We ask that you be sent, Father. We welcome you, great Father. We step out, Lord, and ask you to step in. Father, we decrease and ask you to increase. At our program tonight, Lord, we go out there, bear fruit to the society for oneness, for fairness, and for the good of all. Father, take preeminence tonight. The speakers tonight, Lord, speak through them. You say you created man in your image and likeness. Every gender matters to you. Every culture matters to you. Every human matters to you. But must represent who you are. But you be pleasing to who you are and all that concerns you. It's kind of a sensitive program, but we are calling upon you, Lord, to indeed come and take preeminence. That even if it's few, that this will impact. Your name alone will be glorified. Why happiness will go tonight. We pray in the name of you, God the Father, Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. And amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So today we have Mr. Digital, our own Mr. Digital in the house. You all know I'm still struggling with my voice. I'm tired of talking about it. Just accept it as you see it, okay? I always try to ignore that so that devil don't think I've gotten her. So I always try to ignore that, but however you see it, just accept it. I am aware of it. It's not at its best, but it cannot stop us. So I am very much aware of it. Okay? All right. As long as you can hear me, glory be to God. I still have that can be heard. That's what matters. So today we have our own Mr. Digital in the building. Okay? We all know our Mr. Digital again, just for formality's sake. Mr. Digital,
Hello, everyone.
you all see what's been going on, this week in every group. So that's Mr. Digital right there. Our own very Mr. Digital, one of the gifts
Hello, everyone.
that the universe bless this community with. We don't take that for granted. I told you, Mr. Digital is in charge of all our media handles. You see me there, I'm just there. Who is all our media handles, the security and all of those? That's right there, Mr. Digital. He was the one that anchored the program
Hello.
of computer just this week, okay, because he has a uh, I will maybe allow him to finish it, okay. Oh, in fact, Mr. Digital will tell you after God is Google. The business is serious. It's a big business.
Yes. After
It's
God
a
is
very
Google.
big deal, okay. He will tell you after
Yeah.
God is Google for you. So
For me, yes.
But we thank God.
No
We
other
thank God. We
connection.
thank God. He's a selfless one in this community. In fact, the best way I put these things when I identify them because of the man that says, "Go and I will equip you." So I got those as that's one of the God's gift to this noble community. So, Mr.
Thank
Digital,
you.
I
Thank you.
welcome you. So,
Thank you, ma. I'm so
I'm gonna
humbled.
allow you to say something before we move. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Chris
Oh, we cannot hear
Lucci.
you.
Thank you.
You are muted.
I'm muted. Can you hear me now?
Wow, is it from me? Okay, maybe it's from me. Can you all hear
Yes.
Mr. Digital? Say if you can hear him, then I will know it's from me. Maybe my computer is down.
Can you hear me, please?
Can you all hear him? I just need to see yes.
Can you hear me? Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Happy weekend from here.
Okay. They are laughing. Okay, let me do something. Let me make sure it's not from me.
Yeah. Can they hear me?
Oh, I said it is from my end. I know. You see that? I know it shouldn't be from Mr. Digital. It's with the computer literate. Right? Okay. So, Mr. Digital, welcome in the building. It's from my end. I've fixed it.
Okay. Thank you, ma. Thank you, everyone. Happy weekend from here. I thank you all for being part of this evening program. You are all welcome to Chris Lucci Initiative, where we give life a meaning. Okay, giving life a meaning is a selfless work. Is a work for humanity. You can never say you have everything it takes to give life a meaning. As an individual, as an organization, you have all it takes to give life a meaning. Giving life a meaning in this context is join us, support us, bring your time. Even the time you spend is giving life a meaning. Even your skills that you devote, you volunteer to be part of us is giving life a meaning. So thank you. I know that most of us here are giving life meaning in different ways. We appreciate you, we welcome you, and we say that heaven will bless you. As our mama will always say, heaven bless you. Heaven will always bless you and continue to bless you for all you do for humanity. I welcome you for this evening program in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you all. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Okay.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Digital. Yeah. Oh, someone is having challenges joining. So I have to address that. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you very much, Mr. Digital. Thank you. Okay, so Mr. Digital, we're
You're
gonna
welcome, ma.
go. Yeah, we're gonna move ahead. Okay. Then if they join, we'll continue there. But today, thank God I even have you because I would have just been here, looking. Like,
It's
so
okay.
I'm glad the spirit moves together. And thank you for your time because I didn't even, pre-inform you, but always available for the sake of humanity. God bless you so much for us, Mr. Digital.
You're
We
welcome,
don't
ma.
take this for
Thank you.
granted. Okay.
Thank you, ma.
Okay, so Mr. Digital, this thing has been going on. Okay. And after even this program, I am actually going to thank God this thing came, to me because I'm going to do more research on this, even meeting people because this narrative needs to be explained. We have some untold truths in some certain things, and this narrative, this notion needs to be explained because I have a lot of questions, both now and later. After now, I have a lot of questions, and it has come to me, and because it has come, so I now have the capacity, to move even beyond here on this issue of uh polygamy, having a second wife or multiple wives as tradition, especially in Igbo land, because they say it's Igbo tradition. So, Mr. Digital, you're an Igbo man, and today I have you on the program, right? And my question will be
Yes.
marrying second wife as a tradition. I am going to go on this. It's okay because I know I didn't give you much time, like it's just, even less than an hour, so, but always ready as long as, like I said, thank you so much. So, but I'm going to
You're
hit it
welcome.
right away by asking who established this law? The law of is an Igbo tradition. It is this. Who can we face that's because we have fallacies here, okay? And like I said, this has come to me, go to me, and I now have the capacity to even ask this beyond here, and I'm going to go further because I have the questions now. So, who please introduce this law? Who established this law?
Thank you so much, Chris Lucci, for this wonderful topic and question. When it comes to in Igbo land, let me use Igbo land as an example. Before the advent of the Christianity, our forefathers do marry more than one wife, and they have their reasons for marrying more than one wife. One of the reasons was because they needed to acquire more, especially people that have more bigger
No,
farmland.
and when we get there, you're
They,
already answering another. You are fast. Don't rush. Who is
okay,
so yes, don't rush, okay? So our question is who established this law? That's what we want to know. And like I said, I know, it's okay because this is not going to be one time. This might actually be a bigger program, So let's just go with who established this law.
Yeah, I cannot really say for a definite that this person established this law, but I know it's culture. I can attribute that to culture. Back in the days, culture brought about this law because, just as I was trying to explain, many people have different reasons why they have more than one wife. Back
You
in
are
the
now going
days.
on my why. So let's get it here. So we are still not clarified with who, established
Okay.
it. So it's a question mark to the community, And Mr. Digital, you're still going to go make researches. If you're going to involve a very, traditional whoever that will come and defend because we are ready, you know
Okay. Okay.
mkpụrụ obi mụ na-achịrụ Chineke, mkpụrụ obi mụ na-achịrụ Chineke, mkpụrụ obi mụ na-achịrụ Chineke. Oh, so I don't know what God is saying. Okay, so let's get to the why now. So it's obvious we are not sure who established it. That's one. Now, two, let's go to why because we are fast. So let's get to the why. Why? Okay.
Okay. As I was saying before, I said people have many reasons why they marry more than one wife. Back in the days, as I was told by my father and elderly people I was able to have chat with, they said the reason why more than one wife were married in Igbo land is when, just let me use my family as an example, because my grandfather married 7 wives. And one of the reasons why my grandfather married 7 wives, he was looking for a male child, which was not forthcoming. And the thing kept in marrying many women, up to 7, so that, and out of the 7, it was only 2 that gave him the male children, like the mother of my father and one other of the wives, were able to give birth to. And among the 7 wives he married, only 3 male children he was able to get. So that was his reason of marrying more than one wife, in order to have a male child. But that was then, because then they don't believe that women can do whatever man can do, women can do better. Using our own founder Chris Lucci as an example, I call her Nwanyaka Nwoke, a woman that is bigger than man. You see, so now it's not like before that we have gender inequality, or we neglect or look down on women. Now women are also very, very important, very, very important in the society. And in any organization where you want that organization to move forward, to be organized, for things to happen, there must be women there. Using our own community, Chris Lucci Initiative, a charity community, as an example, all the women we have here are doing wonderful. They are wonderful, so having male child, so back in the days, the male child priority was something that maybe lack of understanding, and something that we don't really know. And that also caused people marrying more than one wife, just like I used my family as an example. And some people also, because of their farmlands and all of that, they have bigger farmlands. They want to marry more wives so that they will help in cultivation, in farming, and all of that. Unlike the Hausa land, their religion tolerated that they can marry more than one wife. Is by their religion. So by our own side, as an Igbo man, is by culture. But all this culture was back in the days. I cannot say that this law or this issue of polygamy was introduced by a particular person. But these are reasons why I inquired why polygamous family. These are reasons why I was given. These are the reasons I was given why our fathers married more than one wife, and our grandfathers married more than one wife. So, but I cannot say of sure that this is the person that introduced it in Igbo land. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so very much, Mr. Digital. You did justice to this, because during my, all of this, yes, I, got there. So the why I is very much understood, because that's why I tell people sometimes when you look critically, sometimes there is actually no right or wrong, way of doing stuff, but the reason behind it, So some is, due to, a particular gender, issues or challenges based on beliefs and culture and all of those, which is, very respected. And then we now get the farmlands and, all of those. Okay, so we got it there. And that is why, right? And they gain out of ignorance because they didn't know any other how, right, than accumulation, like multiple wives in order to get that. Okay, thank you very much. Now, this gets me to my third question saying, what were the challenges that may have caused the decision? or idea? I think is similar, right? I think you've
Yes,
answered it. It's actually the why. Okay. Now
mm,
I
it's
come
similar.
with, okay. Now, when they do that, it's gonna put me to the next question. Uh so is there was there procedure, or you just come home and just get it, or you just maybe force it, or you just maybe have to get the other one out of the way to do that, or you just disrespect the other one to do that, or you just send the like, or you can like, can you tell us, was there a procedure even in their ignorance and all of those? Was there a procedure? Was there how?
Yes, there was there a procedure because you cannot just go and take somebody's daughter without meeting with the parents, with the kindred, for them to know that, oh, I want to marry this lady, or I want to take this lady home as my wife. So there was a procedure. I've also seen a scenario where a woman was married, but she was not able to bear children. So all she did was to bring in another woman for the husband. You understand? I've seen, and they cohabited in harmony. The woman, the first wife, was the person that brought in, just like what happened in the life of Abraham in the Bible, where Sarah has to bring in the housemaid for Abraham to marry, so that they will be able to have children before God now intervened.
Mhm.
So I've seen a scenario even in my own hometown, where a woman was not able to conceive, so she married a woman for the husband, and they had children. And
Mhm.
all of them, the mother, the one that brought in the second wife, they all took the woman as a mother, including her children. So it's a scenario. It happened, and all of them cohabited very well, and all
Okay.
of that.
Go ahead.
So it does happen, and again, sometimes, again, I may say also that sometimes men also decide to have, maybe go into polygamy because of maybe I've seen a scenario where, because of one child, when you have a child and this is a male and it's the only child they have, they say, okay, I want to marry for this guy. Family will marry for him on time. And when the child grows up, you see him saying, I want to marry my own wife. This one was married for me by my father. I've seen
Yes.
a scenario like
Yeah.
that. And that also ended up him being
Okay.
polygamous,
Yes.
having second wife. I've seen it happen. I've seen where people also married for one reason or the other. They want to, maybe when the first wife begins to disobey or anything more, or when a man is looking for greener pasture. This happens to our own, most of our own brothers traveling abroad. When they are looking for a greener pasture, they don't know, and the only reason or the only way out for them to get what they want is marrying another wife abroad. It does happen. So all these there are many reasons why people marry second wife and becoming polygamous. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Digital. I must tell you, you are doing so justice to this. But one thing I will put there, when it comes to like the one of abroad, the incidents of those, so it's not just proudly done it. It's not just by a choice, but by a circumstance. So it's like maybe an uh, accident, kind of, just for Facebook. So it's something like that. So it's not justified because they still don't even, do the processes and they come to even tradition. Because if we're going to follow a tradition, remember, tradition will make you have to come to it should be, your family should be involved. All of the, you see that. So that one
Yes.
is already an let me not use the word circumstance, but I mean error. Let me say circumstance. Whether the circumstance is right now or wrong, let's keep it on the side because it's not the that's bone. We are going now on the tradition of the side of it. But we understand those scenarios. Even the one that they marry the younger one, when the person is young, like a one, or the only son, right?
Male child, yeah, the
Male
only son,
child.
yeah.
The child, grows up and now want to. I actually have that scenario in my own kindred. Even my dad, when the man now did it, because of the orientation my grandfather gave my dad, they shouldn't be partake. In case in the future they want to like send the woman home and all of those, right? And my dad played a very big role on that, even though like it wasn't an easy one, it cost him a lot, but he has to stand and say it was done the way it should be, and all of those, all of that. Let me not go far. So all those scenarios are well understood, you know. Now, when it comes to maybe because the wife is disobeying, I don't even want to get there, because one national phenomenon remains. Sometimes, look at this. You see, watch this thing. I'm doing this, pointing at someone. You see the number pointing at me. Yeah. You see, right? Three pointing at me. Two. I don't even know if it's against me or with me. I mean, one up. I don't know if it is against me or with me. So I'm pointing at one person. Now look at this. Sometimes we see that we men, actually, we the men, now, I'm just, like using the plural, that actually disobedient may be our own fault. Because many, when you watch, you see that many of us men don't even have personal development, you know. And if you're having a woman maybe consuming, the woman can only take what he or she can consume. If it's overfed, it will be overflow, So let me not get on that place of disobedience,
No, excuse me, Chris Lucci. Why I said so, it's all about life experience,
Yeah, of
and
course.
when you meet people and want to inquire why did this happen,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like now I have a friend. This friend, he was living in Lagos with the wife, and it wasn't working out for them, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And after some times, I think the man decided to come back to Anambra State. So coming back to Anambra State, the woman refused to come down to Anambra State with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, and in Anambra State, the guy started doing well. The person
Okay.
I'm telling you now has houses in Oka,
Mm-hmm.
very many places in Oka, was once one of the honorables in Anambra State Government House and all of that. But when he came down to Anambra State, the wife refused to relocate with him, with reason that she doesn't want to live in Anambra State. So this guy now told me after waiting for her, calling on her to come back, the woman refused, says she doesn't want to live in Anambra State. He now got married to another wife.
Okay.
Before, when he got married to another person that decided to live with him in Oka, and God showed him, opened the ways for him. He's a landlord, about 3, 4, 5 buildings in Oka, has like 4, 5 cars and all of that, which he didn't have in Lagos. So he started doing business and doors open. Now the first wife wants to come back with the child, and the guy now said, if you're coming back, I'll give you an apartment where you stay, or you remain in Lagos. So that's
Okay.
why I said, yeah, disobedience
Okay.
sometimes can also make a man
Yes.
to be polygamous. Thank you.
Okay, okay, okay. That's a very interesting one. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. So, okay. Thank you for sharing that. Now, let me get to the next question here. So, okay. Now, are there pros and cons of this scenario, this polygamy of a thing?
Of course,
Okay.
there are,
Okay.
because polygamous family, number one, is not an easy task. You know, It's
So
not an
can we
easy
first
task
go
in the
with
sense that
can we first go
we
with
know.
can we first go with the advantages, and then if there is one, and then go for the the coins, the disadvantages.
Yes, the advantage there as a man is that probably you have multiple children, depending on if you can train them, if you can raise them up well. And
Okay.
yes, because it's not all about having multiple children. Another
Okay.
thing is training the children. Yes, and another another one man will always say, when this one is angry, you be with the other one. So that is when one wife is angry, you can be with the other one. But I must
Okay.
tell you, some people will always tell you that instead of marrying two wives, they will marry three because two will
Eh,
kill you. They will marry three. So when two are conspiring, one will come and leak the will come and leak will come and leak the conspiration. So having different women at different time. Sometimes women goes on their monthly cycle. Maybe when this one is not on cycle, the other one when this one is on cycle, the other one is not on cycle.
Cycle
So
that is not
you have
forever. Okay, we are listening.
that is not forever, but some men wants to have their time 360-degree. So
Okay. Okay, in our own
so some
analogy, that's where indiscipline sets in. That's where indiscipline sets in. But that's by the way. So we are aware of it. Yeah, that's true. Wahava. I hear that. Okay.
no, I'm telling you as a man because we've been in men's forum, in
Yeah.
men's group,
Oh yeah.
men saying their mind and
Of course, of course.
all of that.
Yeah. No, no,
So
no. It's
I
so much
think,
appreciated. I mean, I'm just giving it to you because
yeah.
what I have available.
No, I'm just being open to my best
Yeah.
knowledge, what I know, and even
Mhm.
what men do discuss.
Yeah.
Because you will hear by nature that men are polygamous in nature. Men want to have different women and all of that. So sometimes, before you know it, a girlfriend turns to a wife, and
Mr.
they bring
Digital, according to that question, do you think men are indeed polygamous in nature, or do you think it's just lack of discipline or indiscipline?
Yeah, I to me that thing is that idea or that ideology is just introduced by men.
Oh,
Men are
thank
not polygamous.
you.
Yes, men to me. Men are not. It's just being indisciplined. Let me just put it
Mr.
that way.
Digital, thank you for being honest because we too have brain and
Yes,
our brain is processing,
it's
So
just being
thank you
indisciplined.
for being
There's
honest
nothing
because
like
that is
being.
the honest truth.
Yeah, there's nothing
It is
like
the
being
honest truth.
men are polygamous in nature. It's just being indisciplined.
Okay, so the advantage we've gotten it, the disadvantage we've also gotten it, and we've gotten the procedure with that. Now, with all those being said, it's gonna put me to this question, Mr. Digital. With other scientific methods other, scientific methods available, like surrogacy, right? I don't want to talk of the adoption part, okay, because that can be justified. So let's use that of surrogacy, okay. Now, uh, now with all these things, so my question will be, why have we, okay, as a tradition, as a culture, and all of those, why have we not reviewed this thing in place? That's number one, okay. So don't, like, has this not been coming to our mind, okay, like, has it not been coming to our mind that, hey, I think it's time to review this culture of us? Because who makes culture? Who creates culture? Is you and I back then. Is ideology of one person, right? It starts with one person and then shared it. If it connects, right? Idea. If it connects, if it makes sense, if it's reasonable, if it's impactful, if it is this, if it has advantage, like if the pros are awesome, right? It will be looked into, reviewed, and what? Embraced, right? Now, and if we see, is because life is, things are going. There are things we're gonna retain. There are things out of ignorance and out of maybe one or two things, and we see there are other ways now. We see we are doing all of those now, right? We can now, move it. I remember the way they sew clothes, even all this is Isiago before now. It's not the way they sew that now. Because I remember my grandfather's Isiago, the way it is. My grandfather, I remember how his own Isiago is. But you see, because of 21st century, they modernize it that even younger people can now wear that. It looks even amazing and all of those. Then, for people that can wear, maybe the one that can get close to the knee might now be maybe a titled person for the significance of what they hold, the position. Sometimes it may not be like some of our men, dads wearing things like skirts that goes down. It's not like as a job, but it has to be some title, this, it has significance, right? So, since we know, okay, we are getting better, we are not just like Christ said, right? I have come to amend, not to abolish, right? So, we are not talking for them to, culture is actually what holds. I believe I'm a very big fan of culture because without culture, without your tradition, without Izomena and Amde, people's way of life, without that, we become nobody. So we have to, even in family, I believe in family culture, right? And all of those, right? But even while having my family culture, when the kids are growing, we are reviewing it, right? We know the ones maybe, like we look, we review, or the way it will favor everybody, you know, and then as time goes again, we see what is obtainable, but we cannot just hold into that, even when it's spoiling things, even when it's hurting others, even when and then we're doing it because it's already culture we establish. No, we even law. But while making decision, we make decision very strong that we don't change it like clothes, right? We don't just change it. So we have to make it that it will stand test of that, like it's going to take time. And then there might now be need for review. After a lot of many considerations, we now review it. After all, Nigeria just changed their national anthem. We are even aware that the one we know, Arise Your Compound Troy, it wasn't even the one that was there, right? And then it comes this, and I think this year or last year or thereabout, it was even right because maybe there are some wordings that didn't actually fit very well, right, in what the nation represents. Now they review and do adjustments. America will tell you, in God we trust, and at the end of the day, you see some things being twisting and all of those, right? And now again, they said we have to go back what we believe in God we trust, because even up to the present, we are still saying in God we trust. But we are somehow, all those. So there should be room for review. Now, my thing will now be, like I said, okay, I have to explain it to ask this question. So, with all the scientific methods now available, like that's surrogacy, right? Why have we not reviewed or made it open and official? Now, why have we not reviewed or make it open, right? And the official on the first time of introduction phase of the marriage. So if we know, okay, Mr. Digital, your background, they might shut this down, give us copyright, your background. So you might mute or maybe the music or the voice there, they might, please.
Okay, let me switch off the television. It's television. Let me switch it off, please.
Okay. A minute, please. Okay, so now the two consigns or two these things we have here, right? Why has it not been reviewed? And how has it not been coming to people's mind that, hey, this culture of a thing needs to, because I know the men that do this, and all of us, when we giving our kids, daughters, hands in marriage, I don't think we actually expect that daughter to be married and then tomorrow the man gets another one, right? Unless maybe whatever happened, but I don't think it's the first thing in our mind. So since we know all of this, putting this into consideration, knowing that even women may be thinking then that they are nobody and all of those, that by the grace of God and by the power of resources available, that they also getting valued, you're even great and all of those. So then why have this thing not been reviewed? My number one question again. Then number two, if not, why are they still delaying to make it open on the very early stage of marriage, like during the introductory phase, that when this person is coming, right? When the suitor is coming, we tell the suitor, the bride, right? This your suitor, okay? We are making it open that he is free to marry second wife in the future. So why have they not officialized this thing, make it official, or review it and do adjustments? Because the wave is still going now, especially just that man. When it happens and then a woman want to speak, everybody will get on that woman that no, 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 knowing that is not right, knowing that this thing is one-sided and all of those, right? So will you be able to explain to us why these two this thing has not been met?
So why
Will
have
you
they not
try to?
officialized this thing? Okay. Thank you, Chris Lucci. And
I'm doing it because you are available for me with good heart.
yes, yes. No, I will say it the way it is because thank God he used the scientific. Why has it not been? But have you realized that even science and technology now has aggravated the whole thing and has even taken it to the next level, and in fact to another level, because I must say the technology we have today has even, in fact, has even abated the evil instead of solving it, because it's not all about saying it. It's not all
Sorry,
about telling
sorry,
this.
Mr. Digital. Remember what I said, and I use Christ, that I did not come to abolish this, but to amend it. Now, remember, I didn't say they adopt. That doesn't mean it's bad or this, okay? Because, yeah, but at least why it hasn't been reviewed to see what is like what can be adjusted. Not everything. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in adjusting everything, or maybe AI will now carry the baby and all. No, those are because we have our beliefs. So to an extent, okay, so I'm not saying all those whatever, but at least this one that we know at the end of the day is your blood, is your type, is man's, this is woman, this is at least to that length. I'm not saying they should abort, no, okay, but why not, or at least make it known from the onset that wife, we are giving you this man, but know that this man is free to add second or even third in the future, and it will be official, and then the woman will make her choice. So that's the end goal.
Okay. But I must say it, coming from the perspective you are just saying, Christianity has also made it known that one man, one wife, because of recent or a lot of things that are involved in getting yourself more than one woman as for marriage and all of that. So Christianity has also made it, and but then, which most of us that we the Christians would try to abide to it. Having a one wife is better than marrying multiple wives and creating commotion everywhere. Because I know of a man that married 8 wives, and though the man had money, but he's gone now. Though he had money, but his family was there. This is fight always. Every time is fight. Every time is fight in the family and all of that. So bringing commotion in his family, putting tumult, every pandemonium in his family. So it's a very big issue, you know. So Christianity made it that man should marry one wife, you know, and abide to it and keep to it, you know, so that, but saying it at the beginning of the marriage, saying it at the beginning of the marriage, as a man, I believe that I have my life to live, and it's up to me to decide what to do and what not to do. This is men's ego. You understand? It's men's ego that I can have more than one wife, you know. But then that is not that is the best practice, and you don't need anybody to be. You don't need to be told. Even your in-laws don't need to tell you, because when they are handing over their daughter for you in marriage, when they're handing their daughter over to you in marriage, they don't expect that tomorrow you want to get another wife to join or to bring in or to become a polygamous family and all of that. And even if it's said, man can promise you, it's only you, I have only you, I will always have only you. But at the end of the day, man might compromise, because men will do compromise a lot. So that's why most times you see a man ending up having another woman by the side, or wanting to marry another woman and all of that. I know of somebody that said he wants only children, that he wouldn't mind having more than 5 wives, 10 wives, just to have up to 20 children that he wants, you know. So people have their different reasons why they want to have, and you wouldn't know at the beginning, even at the time of the marriage, you wouldn't know. You understand? No man will come and tell you, after this one, I will marry another one. He will tell, man will always tell you, you are the apple of, in fact, you are the all and all. You are everything. But at the end of the day, he might decide to, maybe one thing or the other might lead to it. It's not all men, or it's not all the time. Maybe something might lead to a man wanting to marry another wife. Just like we said earlier, some of the reasons why men marry more than one wife. You never can tell what will happen in life. So this is what happens. It's not as if at the time of, even if the in-laws tell a man, it's just like somebody coming to marry your daughter, and you are telling the person, you must not marry another person. If not, you will not marry my daughter. Of course, the man will promise you, I will not marry another person. But believe you me, tomorrow, if something might happen, or there must be a case scenario that the man would want to say, I've seen a man that had a wife, and the wife was giving birth to only girls, up to 10 girls. Before I knew it, the man went to marry another wife. But this is a man or somebody I believe that wouldn't have, because he's a Christian, he wouldn't have want to marry another wife, if not because the wife was giving birth to girls, up to 10 girls. So the man had to go out and marry another wife, and it became a problem. Till today, the family is in problem. The family is in fight. It has been fight, and even till the man died, the families are still fighting. So that is one of the problems and all of that. So is I don't think even if a man is told or asked not to marry another wife at the time or initial stage of marrying a first wife, or by the in-laws and all of that, I don't think it holds water, because at the end of the day, a man will tell you, "This is my house. I do what I want to do." Thank you. I
Wow.
don't know if I question or.
I think this will be topic. Miss Goodness, take note of this. This is my house. I want to do what I want to do. Please, this will be a topic. Now, oh my goodness, I have a lot. I have a lot, but time is not permitting us. But let me go with this, okay? The question or my concern there is not just telling the man you will not marry another one. That's I mean, you cannot do that. I'm saying, why wouldn't the tradition review this? Say, okay, because we are polygamous in nature, because our tradition accepted this, because it's Igbo tradition, then why not us say from the introductory part when a woman now goes, why we are reading 20 tubers of yam is involved, 50 crates of mineral is involved. Also, men are polygamous in nature, so possibility circumstances might arise which will make your husband to, do this is involved. Or let's just leave circumstances, okay? But let's say this man, like this man is not swearing that he will not marry a second wife. If he needs to, he will, making it official. For the woman to be pre-informed, it's not just like the way it will be in the list. It's in our tradition. So your wife, your husband, tomorrow can choose to go outside and marry, and then we'll turn. Hello, honey, is it true tomorrow? You can choose to. We make it official. So that if we're going to accept it, we know it's pre-informed, we are aware. But not even after doing it, honey, it's only you and this. You even go to church, one man, one wife, and tomorrow you compromise. And then you're telling me now that we do compromise. Now, did God create us? Maybe I think after creation, there are other personal things we now have to do to be better. So this compromise, does that mean women, do not compromise? Now, does that mean it justifies it? Like, they compromise, therefore it's okay, or is this something to be condemned?
Yeah, okay. Chris Ritchie, if you look at the society today, you will notice that we have a lot of divorce cases in the society today. And what could be the cause of all these divorce cases? Because even
Mr.
I've seen
Digital,
a
sorry.
marriage.
Sometimes, because Facebook, they send some words. We are screaming both Facebook. YouTube could have been okay, but Facebook sometimes, because of bots, and they will seize it and say, sorry, it's a mistake.
Okay, so we've seen a case of separation cases, and whereby people separate maybe after marriage, few times, 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, they are separated. I must say this, that first, marriage is for the matured, it's for the matured minds. It's not for everybody, but you notice that a lot of people just rush into marriage. They rush in, they rush out. It's for the matured people, it's for the matured mind. It's not maturity, is not by age, it's maturity by mind. That you make you get as a man to marry a woman, as a woman to say, I want to change my surname to this person's surname. You understand? I want to be under this person, because even the Bible said that the woman, it must be submissive to your husband. You understand?
Exactly. And the same
Yeah.
Bible say, love her as Christ love her church, his church.
Yes.
Yeah, let's be
Yes.
carrying both.
Yes, the Bible said that a woman will be submissive to the husband, and some a husband, they must love their wife.
Not just love the
Is an
wife,
obligation.
as I loved my
Yes,
church.
yeah, as Christ loves his church, So that's how husband. But you notice that when the woman is not submissive, uncle, you understand, the love will not be
remember,
there.
remember.
The love will not be there.
No, read that Bible very well. Okay, if when the
Okay.
woman is not submissive, uncle. Now, when the man does not love the woman as Christ loves his church, uncle.
Yeah, I think these are two-way things, but submission comes before the love, because if there is no submission, the love might not really work out,
Mr.
because
Digital,
it must be submissive
Mr.
before the
Digital,
love
when you
comes upon
approach
the
that,
submission.
Mr. Digital, when you approach that woman the first time, was she submissive? You went, your love that went. Did she submit at the first? A stranger, but you passionately, lovingly, romantically, and approached, right? And now started even with her shakara, like someone like me. I gave my own almost 1 year. 1 year of nowhere, no way. Was I submissive? But he never gave up. Come on, can we communicate?
So it depends on individual differences, you know.
But
As in
most
Ezinwa
often,
and
it's
Oko.
meant for us. So you all approach with love, with kind words, with all of those, right? And then,
Ezinwa and Oko, you understand? And when you see the good one will actually give you the trouble that you actually give you the you will actually do that shakara for you to know that she's not ordinary or she's not common, you know. What I'm trying to say, people rush into marriage now and they rush out. But what I'm trying to say is that marriage, you have to prepare for it. You have to prepare for
yes,
marriage. You must prepare your mind, and it must be
yes,
matured in mind, because there are some. There, I used to tell younger people that are about to get married, said you have two challenges in marriage. The first challenge comes between first to 5 years of the marriage. In fact, at a point, you feel like I don't want to marry again.
why did I
You
get
understand?
married?
Some
Tyler
why did
Perry.
I even
It's
get
a movie
married?
of Tyler Perry.
Why
Why did I get married?
why did I get married?
Very
Why am I
beautiful
into this?
movie. Why did I get
Why
married? Yeah.
why am I into this? Because the moment you say you want to marry, you have called the court is upon you, because you have a mother-in-law, you have a father-in-law, you have a sister-in-law, you have a brother. Who is the law? Is the wife. So you have actually brought police upon yourself, brought army upon yourself, brought the court upon yourself, because the wife is the law. So that's why you have mother-in-law, brother-in-law, father-in-law. Who is the law? You know. So you must prepare your mind. You know, sometimes it's not rosy. Marriage is not rosy. People think that
Oh, it's not. No, no, no,
when
no, no. It's
yeah,
not.
people think that it's not rosy. People think that when it's just like when they are doing boyfriend and girlfriend. Boyfriend and girlfriend are different things too.
Of course.
In fact, it's not even a trial to marriage. Or it's not even a
Absolutely.
preamble to marriage. There are two different things altogether. You
I
understand?
agree.
Because boyfriend girlfriend, they can decide to quit at any time, you know. But in
He's
marriage, it's
having
not
fear
that
of
way.
not losing you. You are having fear of, him with this and this. But
Yes.
this one is more responsibility. Where tomorrow this person might do this. Next tomorrow you might not choose to see him, or may not choose to
Yes.
see. But this one is a
Just
real deal. So they are different. I agree
yes.
with you.
It, yes, and we have individual differences. And again, I tell people, so the first challenge comes between first to 5 years. You have to withstand it. It will surely come. There are a lot of things that do happen. There are a lot
Yes.
of things that comes out from the man, because this is when your real character would display, even from the male, even from the female, and all of
Yes.
that. But if you're not prepared, if you don't really know, okay, is for better for worse. This is person I want. Before you know it, you are talking
Decision.
about another. Yeah, because before you know
Yes.
it, you're talking about another marriage. The second one comes between first to 10 years. You know, so when I want to discuss marriage with people, I'll ask you, how old is your marriage? If your marriage is between first to 10 years, I will tell you still have two challenges to face. If you have not faced it, you're gonna see it, you know. And that would be like, I want to break up this marriage. And if you're not man enough, you break up the marriage. The marriage
Yeah.
will break. And before you
And
know
it
it,
takes
you're putting
grace
yourself.
too. And it takes the reason.
It
What they
takes
say,
grace,
why? Why
of
you all
course,
first got in at the first place.
yes, of course, it will take grace for you to remain there. Even your wife, you understand. So marriage is for matured minds. It's not just for I want to marry you. You see a woman, you love her, I want to marry her. If you're rushing into it, before you know it, you rush out. It's either you rush out or the woman rushes
That
out
is
of the
true.
marriage. you
I
know.
agree.
So this yes, so this is what I used to tell younger people that are about to marry or people that just married. Sometimes my wife will tell me, "You do a lot of annoying things. You don't. I'm just." I said, "Yes. You have to also tolerate. I also tolerate you. If not,
Yes,
in
of
fact, if not
course.
for these children, self, you will not be here again. You know that kind of thing. Sometimes
When,
it
oh
gets
yeah,
to that. Yeah, sometimes it gets to that point, but then
yes.
maturity comes in, understanding
Within
comes
you,
in,
you
knowing
may
that
not mean it, but
yeah, no, not that
mhm,
a woman that gave birth for you, have children for you, he must respect that woman. It's not
mhm,
easy. You
yeah,
understand? He must respect that woman that have children for you. You understand?
yeah.
It's not easy for a woman to have children for you and also change her surname to your surname. You know, so he must give that woman respect. In as much as love and respect is a must. You have to give to that person. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Digital. Someone actually said something, and I took it. I don't know if you saw that. That sometimes, what of women? Anyway, I think that's another topic. So let's leave it. Maybe the day, Miss Goodness, remember the topic I told you to hold. Okay. So let's not deviate. So, Mr. Digital, I have the last question here. Now, in your opinion, fairness. Okay, let me say something. There was something we talked about Christian as a Christian when we are asked one wife, one man, one woman, right? Now,
Yes.
outside Christianity, because sometimes why I don't like putting Christianity at the center, right, is because we still have non-Christians, right? And if I talk, I want to talk to everybody, you know, because Christ says, I created man in my own image and likeness. He didn't say I created Christians in my own soul. When I talk, I'm careful, you know. So now coming to that's all because Christianity says one man, one woman. Outside of that, what other this is no, 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 this is not this. Do you think outside just because the Christianity permitted this? Because not all of us are Christians. Even the Christians, they still even marry. Even the Christians, they still do a lot of things Christians were asked not to do. But as a human, you know, that your role model is that of the God, the creator that says, I created man in my image and likeness, that says, love people. Like you can have all without loving you. You know, you have so considering all those factors that are accommodated or accommodates everybody, what do you think about this one man, one I mean outside, you know, Christianity, okay? So, what do you
Yeah.
think? And I will now put it with the question I have here. Do you think this practice is balanced or one sided?
Yeah, the economy has even shortened the sleeve because
No,
it's
let's
not
leave the
all about.
economy, Mr. Digital, outside the economy because there are people with the economy. So, let's leave sentiments, okay?
Okay.
As a
Uh,
human, following, you know, you as a
yeah,
human with emotions and with everything.
people have different notions.
Mhm.
People have different notions about this. Like some
That's why I say your
religion,
opinion, your honest
yes,
opinion.
yes, some religions accept it, marrying more than one wife, and
And
they
those
must
people
live
they
in harmony.
accept it marrying it. Do you if we interview them, is it okay by them? Like a video I saw today, a little girl being forcefully, you know, got into that. But
Yes, I saw that.
let's leave religions because that thing that is oh yes to some religions is no. You see that?
Then is it,
So you see it's
it,
something we
then
call
it
like a doctrine.
is individual differences.
Individual.
If
So
I'm
now I'm
Yeah,
saying
individual differences. Yeah.
in your opinion as a man, as someone maybe have daughter or that will have daughter or have sisters and all this, okay? Following maybe outside sentiments, law of nature, do you think the practice is balanced or favored or one-sided?
No, to me, it's not. It's not balanced. You know, I will be of opinion because who know God no no. And if you have gone, you will understand that marriage is not easy. It's not just a bed of roses. Marrying one wife alone, I know how I feel. Not talk of when I add another one into two or three. So
Okay.
is individual differences, and
Okay.
you have to, because being responsible, just as I said earlier, it's not all about marrying and having multiple children, but being responsible as a man, a responsible person, also is also another thing you have to consider. But I met somebody to to contradict this. I met somebody. He's married to two wives. He told me, "Guy, let me tell you, marriage, polygamous is a sweet thing. Even women love it so much now, but they don't want to. They don't want to. They don't want to do that with poor people. But if you have the money, the women even want to marry them, give them their own this thing, their own entitlement and all of that. They are good at it. He even cited he even used the Oni of Ife as an example, and he also used himself as an example. He said, if you marry the women um, want to do it this time, that polygamous, that women like it, but there has to be money. Money has to be involved.
Yeah.
Wealth has to be involved so that they will
Yes.
take care of
Let me
everything that
clarify
they need.
something here, Mr. Digital. Oh, Oni of Ife. The one, I think one of them, or the first one, is Naomi, right?
Yeah.
Now, to the little knowledge I have, I don't think the woman is there. And there has been back and forth, back and forth. She will suspend go. Even when the recent something they did, that's the other or whatever, wearing white, she came regular. I'm doing this just to bring the sun and all of those. You see, back and forth. So why would someone say women like it? No, just like you say, it's individual differences. And because it's individual differences, consent is needed. And even from the onset, that's one there. Now, coming to him as a person, women liking it, women liking it is her own wife or his own wife, right? Liking it, right? Now, coming to the third one, let's use Regina, for example, right? Mr. Senator Nedi, right? For example. Now, others were there. And this lady already know that others were there, right? And now came in. So tomorrow is already a consent. I have the other. I have this one. I have this one. And even the very day of this, he still made it clear at that very stage that he can still do that. So definitely tomorrow the lady comes out to now cry. No, we'll be like, no, no. Then that's not fair to the man because you got pre-information. That in that case, then you just come just for that money and then it becomes self whatever, self-centered. That's, by the way, these are just other scenario. Okay, we have now come out of the tradition because my own is my tradition is my tradition is my tradition. Now, getting to the, you are playing something at the background. So getting to the third of it, okay? I have once listened to the Regina, right? Said when she was interviewed, in a podcast, she said, well, people are asking how she feels. She said, as for me, I don't know. I only know my husband is married to me. I am my husband is. If you all are talking, there is a, well, I don't know. I only know my husband, my husband. Not maybe I'm the second. You see that is this balance. You see, personalizer. So you see, it could not just be because it's this, but then other sentiments, you know, you see that? Because I know if she's given a choice now, you know what? All these things, settle them, is just going to be you. I believe she will be happy. Jealous is in human nature. That's, oh, is me. Oh, is this is in human nature. We understand other circumstances that might arise, right? Which happened with Abraham. What's her name? Not Abraham. Sarah, right? Even getting wife for the husband, did he do that because he wanted to do that? No, but it was because of circumstance, right? And she did that by
Yes.
herself. and we'll still see how it ends. So looking into the pros and cons, I think again it calls for review. This our culture, you know, ideology, culture, and all of those. Number one, we still need to know who established it. Number two, we are asking that it should be reviewed. We are not saying, you know, maybe if there are circumstances that it has to, and all of those, the wife both can stay, even with the family, possibly, and see what work best. You know, what's like golden rule, you know, what work best to ensure that no party goes so deep with her. It's fairness, and it's what even our maker created, because he created us all in our image and likeness. You know, so why taking this decision, and we've already given him the authority? Why getting this woman? Let's love them as he loves his church. I'm telling these women, then be submissive. You know, so all these things is calling for review. And like I said, this will not be the end of this topic. I'm gonna get this topic, and the Mr. Digital help us to look very deep and see even an elderly man, and all of those we will host, because we're still seeking for an answer. However, you did so justice to this. But whoever that is doing it needs to tell us who initiated this law. Because if we're going to review other laws, we know where those laws are coming from. If not, we will continue to ask the question. And then why has it not been reviewed, or hasn't been a concern to review? And clarifying to us if the practice is self-centered, is one-sided, or balanced. You know, so we need more opinions on this. But I tell you,
Noted.
so uh, I personally appreciate you always, and this community appreciates you always, because it's not easy to tell the truth. It's not easy to tell the truth. It's not easy to say it the way it is. It takes a lot of emotional intelligence. It takes a lot of stability. It takes a lot of experience, you know, and the capacity as well to actually speak certain topics. And that's why I said in the group where I tag is a sensitive one. However, we appreciate you now and always, Mr. Digital. So
Thank you.
let's just use few minutes to take some questions here. I was pulling some questions. There was someone that says, let me see if you can answer one or two questions. Okay, that's not a question. Okay. Let me see. And you see what women are telling you. It's not because it's reality and all of those, but it's power of this, you know. You see that they all agree. So when they say women now like it, you see.
Yeah, it's because of the money. It's because of the money. Yeah, I
You
know.
know. So um so let me see if I can get questions. I think they are just commenting. Okay, let me go all the way. Okay. Why doing that, Mr. Digital? Do you have anything like general comments to both men, you know, and the women?
What can I say? Well, the only thing I know I can say is that, as I always know, marriage has no formula. Okay, and what works in yours might not be what works in mine. So always devise what is good. Always devise what is equity, what is moral in your marriage or in your relationship, because and be steadfast to it. Because if you are not steadfast to it, you find yourself falling apart. To fall apart these days is just like uh, eating spaghetti and egg, So I believe that everyone should, if you are going into relationship, if you're into relationship, you have to know what works for your relationship and you hold fast to it, and giving your best. You have to give in your best in your relationship because none is rosy, but then we can still make a way, we can still make it work. relationship is for both male and female. If any relationship that works is for both male and female, that will make it work. You don't just leave it for the other person, believing that, oh, this person, because I'm too beautiful, he should do everything. I always say I will not use because my wife is beautiful, then I will go and climb a pair of tree. Lazy no, I will not do that. So everything, you have to do what you have to do,
Yes,
and I have to do what I have to do for it to work
exactly.
out. So because you don't give room for intruders, because intruders are everywhere. So if you give room for intruders, they will intrude for sure. If you want
Yeah.
to try that, you give it a try, and you will see that they will intrude, even from the male side, even from the female side. So I advise everybody, know what works out for you, and hold fast to it, so that God will also be with your relationship. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Digital. Mr. Digital, do you have a comment on this? There is no man that will not love and cherish his wife, and she will not be submissive. Just like 3 seconds comments, and I'll
Yeah,
get
there are
something.
some. I disagree with that because most marriages are not built on love. Some marriages are built on money. You understand? And when it's built on money, I've seen a marriage where the wife is just treated as if she's nobody, but she has no option but to be there because the money is there. You know. So it's not the when you say there is no man that will not love and cherish his wife. There are some men that will know that you are here because of my money, so they will treat you the way they like. They have no option. They have no option. So
Okay, I
that's it.
have this, Mr. Digital. See what I have on the screen. At times, even if we are submissive, men still boom us. So what's your comment?
Yeah, I always say it that women are the best gender because men cheat a lot. Not even women. Yeah, I must say that. Yeah, you can see a woman that can be there for the husband, assuming the husband travels for like 4 years, 5 years, 2 years abroad, and the woman will be there. But you notice that the man will not be there for the woman. So men cheat a lot, and the men are, men try to, they will tell you, I can't be eating only egusi food, egusi soup. I want to taste stubborn. I want to taste bitter leaf. You understand? To know how they taste. So I know that one is very, even when women are submissive, men cheat. That one is,
Thank you, sir.
that one,
Thank you,
that one
sir.
is our
Hmm.
logo. So I know that a lot. It happens. It
Okay,
happens.
thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So I'm trying not to get the live go more than an hour, 30 minutes. So I think the two questions here, we can go with it. Thank you so much, Mr. Digital. So, and
Yeah.
my comments on these things, I agree with all this, and I understand as well. We understand when there are other issues and all of those, right? We get on the table and talk about it, and especially now that there are other, ways that is not going nuts because, like I said, why adopting or accommodating technology, we have to have a boundary, what do you call line, right? We have to have the boundary lines. I even saw where AI, robots now babysitting a child, because of time and because of, especially in Western world, and because of this. But personally, see, these are these. Am I going to say no to that? It's still the same science that will tell us the importance of bonding from the infants and all of those. Now, getting this to do that, me personally, I've even sacrificed that before. There was a time I prioritize the upbringing of my kids. Yeah, we sat on the table and we review what worked for us, and we agreed on something and we implemented it. Very beautiful, very beautiful, very smooth. very respected. Yes. Because sometimes money, it doesn't run, but the faces of all these kids do. And if we're gonna make ourselves so unavailable, it's waiting for us somewhere. I know a lady here. She shared when they came here the agreement, this thing, not dialogue between she and the husband. That the way they do, this person will go this time, no overtime, no, like they planned it well. By then, all the money you want will it be there? No, but it is what it is. And today they are highly super successful, and they got the family intact. So these are some of the noble, the beautiful things, the noble things to do. So thank you so much, Mr. Digital. We're gonna review this again in different perspective, and the more on where this thing started, where this ideology and the why this thing is being. We are trying to share with men, trying to shy away from reviewing this culture. And even our elderlies, they have to tell us who introduced this. The law, we know who brought light, the inventor of light. We know the inventor of even AI, right? We know,
Achọ
so we
a-
need this. We know the law. Even
achọbazikwa isi ọchụ ejebe n'ụzụ, ọkwa n'ụzụ ka ị chọziri ka ejebe, mana nsogbu adịrọ, anyị eje n'ụzụ.
so do some research for us. We still gotta get people to do this, because sometimes when we see a lot of things that is happening, especially when it's dominated, when it's not fair, when we still see this and we are shying away and trying to say, taking the some irresponsible abilities of lack of discipline now to become, things to justify, and all of those are individual everything and all of those. But anyways, thank you so much, Mr. Digital. And to you all viewers, thank you all for hanging in. We see all your comments and all of those. And
Thank you all.
we are glad to have you all. Thank you very much, Mr. Digital. And
Thank you.
we'll continue to give life a meaning. We'll continue to give life a meaning. This coming Sunday, we are going to appear somewhere. And to the glory of God, and we will update you on how it is. I think 4 trustees or 3 trustees will be making it to that event. Okay. And we'll see how it goes. We commit everything in the hands of God. May His good will continue to be done. From me to you all, on behalf of the community and Mr. Digital, we'll say, have a wonderful weekend.
Take care.
Thank you, Mr. Digital.
Yeah, thank you, ma.